Meeting continues on KTRS.
924 here, Big 550 KTRS. Chad Garrison, ladies and gentlemen. You went to the University of Miami of Ohio?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, all right, good. What year?
You don't remember?
Oh, my goodness.
That's Miami of Ohio.
Did I?
Hey,
I guess I did, yes.
I went to college.
Miami of Ohio does have a party
He
reputation.
was shot down on Main Street.
I was going to say, here we go. You better
High
get
Street.
it right, pal.
Editor of the Riverfront Times, Ed Martin, is Republican head of the state for 2 more weeks, and then he takes over the Eagle Forum. And then attorney and political consultant Jane Duker. Jane, what's going on with Catherine Hanaway?
Well, she went to, I guess, your new boss's place.
No, it was that's actually Donna Hearn's conference, a great conference, Constitutional Coalition conference.
Yeah, and it
Great
was
group.
supposed to, I believe, my understanding was it was about education. But anyway, she started discussing the culture of sexual permissiveness and how the culture of sexual permissiveness has now caused child porn. The problem is the connections that she made in the middle, where it was, culture of sexual permissiveness leads to out of wedlock births, which makes women go into the workforce, which somehow is conducive to child porn, and how you make any sort of child porn is a sicko, evil, awful thing, and how you can say that even if you want to assume there's promiscuity out in the world, that's not what causes child porn. Sickos cause child porn, and it was just horribly disappointing. And, she's a working mom. I'm a working mom. Our kids were the same age. She was, Speaker of the House. I was Chief of Staff for the governor. We worked a lot together. And I always sort of felt like, hey, we're the women. There were senators that would say, go home and be with your baby. And I'm like, no, we got 2 strong women. We're really rocking and rolling here. And then she goes and talks about how either women are victims of this sexual permissiveness or they are the permissive ones. And this false choice that women have anything to do with child porn was just unbelievable to me. So I think yesterday,
Hold on a second. Hold on. Let her finish.
How long is the soliloquy going? It's just total nonsense.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Is this her Todd Aiken moment?
I think it is.
You guys wish. It's just a joke. Chris Koster is one of the most disrespectful public officials towards women. You know this, and you guys sit here and say it's great. Give me a break. It's just. Look at the public record. Look at the coverage in the Kansas City Star. Look at Chris Koster's public record covered in the Kansas City Star about how he treats women. This is a known fact, Chad. This is in the press, you guys. So look at that. Catherine Hanaway fought child porn as U.S. attorney. Ask Callahan.
She should know better.
She should know.
She does know better. You guys are doing this silly gotcha journalism junk. That's why the press looks up and says, I don't trust Jane. I don't trust Chad. I don't trust Brian Williams because of this stuff.
Tape.
She brought the rope.
But
She
you
hung
guys
herself.
know exactly what she's saying. She's
Hold
saying
on.
She pandered.
Hold on.
That's the problem.
Ed, go.
She fought child porn as a U.S. attorney. Nobody disputes that. She was making a point about how we have a lot of issues in our families and in our culture. And the point may have been not said well. I didn't listen to it or wasn't there to hear it. But you guys all know that. You guys all know who she is. She's a well-known public person. And to now say you're this or you're that.
Have always respected Catherine.
Well, there you go. So you should say.
We have always disagreed on things, but I've respected her. But she didn't need to do this. This was beneath her. This was pandering to a radical right so that she can get through a primary. And that is the shame of it. So, and I agree with Tony Messenger. I don't always agree with him, but this one where, Todd Aiken at least believed the crud he was peddling, the tripe. I don't believe that she feels that way, and I don't believe she meant to offend women.
The kind of character assassination that you're doing is exactly the kind of stuff that makes the public look up and say, well, I don't want to listen to these people.
Well,
these people are so.
Well, they were her words.
Chad,
I don't know. The cynic in me thinks maybe she was kind of hedging her bets here. We already talked about how old Phyllis Schlafly is. She's going to go away someday, and Catherine Hanaway is putting herself right there.
Do you think that there's a problem in our society with sexual permissiveness amongst our youth? Do you think that's a worthy discussion to have? I'm not saying that. Is that a worthy discussion for a serious adult to have?
Yes.
So that's what she was. That's what she was trying to do.
Not to say it contributes to child porn.
I think we all can concede that link came out, as she would say, not well. But here's what you know about her. You know her public record. This isn't somebody jumping into the fray. Her public record, fighting child porn, fighting against people that abuse children, and now she's making a point about how, hey, we're living in a society that's very difficult for our children, especially young women and growing up into that. I think that's a worthy discussion.
But single mothers, let's get to the single mother point, because a single mother is a single mother for all sorts of reasons. Some of the reasons have nothing to do with anything the single mother did.
Absolutely, and that was my problem, was this idea that somehow there was not one word in the speech about men's contribution to this culture of sexual permissiveness. That's what offended me.
Well, we should all talk about it. I agree. Let's talk about that. It's as despicable as anything else. I agree. Let's do it.
I don't believe Catherine believes what she said, but the fact that she felt that she had to say it and did say it and would pander really upset me.
McGraw, the lion of the left, Daniel Patrick Moynihan, who's now since passed away, who wrote a report in the 1960s, and he said, single parenthoods, families that break up, when those numbers change, it has a terrible effect on raising kids and on community. That's the conversation that we're missing here. We have a government system that rewards and helps to help. It's supposed to help people who have single parent households and kids. This is a problem.
But that's not what
and
she
recovering,
said.
Well, but that's what the conversation. That's what we're talking about.
Well,
it's the
what
Democrats.
You hoped she had said,
Daniel
but
Patrick
she didn't
Moynihan.
Say it.
Well, it was a 5-minute.
This is somehow heard like essentially like slut shaming single mothers.
That's ridiculous, Chad. What a ridiculous thing. I mean, what a ridiculous. I mean, that's really.
No, it isn't.
That is a ridiculous. To say that out loud. I mean, look. Jane always says silly stuff that people kind of roll their eyes, but to say that about someone in public life, Chad, is really
they're saying. She's saying this.
You just said that about. I mean, you should apologize to Catherine Hanaway when you get off this air. That is outrageous.
I will not.
Not you. I'm not talking. Nobody expects you to apologize, Jane. Come on. That's not. Well, you're not credible. It doesn't matter.
Did you want to finish your point there, Chad?
Oh. We're going to let him say it again?
Yes. Let him finish.
She said, I'm quoting her, their culture of permissiveness towards sexual activity is the real war on women.
And you want to call Catherine Hanaway what when you read that?
I'm saying, but that wasn't all the quotes. I mean, she was.
But you want to call her what? It's not about what you said.
I said she was slut shaming.
Man, that's outrageous.
Yes,
keep repeating
single mothers.
Well, but look, I think Jane's point is and that it takes two to tango,
right?
And so why didn't she stand up and say, hey, men, show up, do the right thing, X, Y, and Z?
Look, if we go back, and you can go back and look at her record or any record here, that we have to hold men accountable for the times that they're fathers all the time. We should make them have to support the children. That's a great conversation, and I agree with you. But again, to call her names because of one part of this.
Do you think whatever she was trying to say, could she have said it better?
Of course, people can always say things better or have a chance to explain it and to understand it. But I think,
do you see how people could take what she said and call it slut shaming?
Absolutely not. And responsible people would say, give you the context, give someone in public life credit for their record and who they are, and then have a conversation.
Like you're giving Castor credit, or
I am giving him credit. Sure, I'm just giving the public record. I'm giving him public record.
You basically said he hated women, and
I
want me
never
to
said
apologize.
That. No, I said his public record is not treating women well. That's in the Kansas City Star. This is Chris Koster talked to his ex-wife, and I'm sure we'll have the record out. But I think that's not fair game to say about him something like Chad said. I think that's outrageous.
All right, Ed Martin, Chad Garrison, Jane Duker here, Big 550 KTRS. Well, there you go. That's the board meeting, and that's bringing it. 9:32 here, Big 550 KTRS. What are you doing this weekend? You need an appliance, washer, dryer? How about the appliance discounters? GE, Frigidaire, Bosch, Electrolux, all name brands, all at deep discounts. In fact, I went to Appliance Discounters and saved $500. I was going to buy a washer and dryer. I was going to buy the wrong color, and turns out the wrong type. Went to Appliance Discounters. They got me the right kind, the color I wanted, delivered them, stacked them, and set it up, and saved $500 in the process. So, where is the Appliance Discounters near you? Go to ApplianceDiscounters.com. Yes, they have ding and dent appliances as well as all the name brands. Appliance Discounters or ApplianceDiscounters.com.
Time to take a check of traffic with Ed Smarin in the Golden Oak Lending Traffic Center. Ed, good morning.
Good morning, and things looking pretty good on the roads right now with no accidents or serious holdups due to road work. There is construction on 44 westbound Memorial Drive, 264 in the right lane until 3 p.m. There's some other road work out here too, but as we look around, not seeing any major delays. Traffic brought to you by the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer. The Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer is the perfect option for a busy parent to take temperature without fuss or stress. A gentle forehead scan is all you need. Pick one up at Walmart or other fine retailers today from the Golden Oak Lending Traffic Center. I'm Ed Smarin on the Big 550 KTRS.
Temps to start this morning are rather cold with morning temps in the teens and 20s, but highs this afternoon near 50 degrees. Pretty quick turnaround as we start a warming trend, a gusty south breeze today with a partly cloudy sky. Tonight we're dry, 36 the low. Tomorrow and Sunday look great, a little breezy. High temperatures should be near 60 degrees. We stay dry through